we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Insomniatic Show, mentioning shows that are well over near 25 years old now, only known as the Tuesday Night Special. And the reason why we say that, folks, is because as of next year on January 12th, King of the Hill will be 24 years old. Feeling old yet, folks? I know I am. Every time we doing that scene on TV, I get older and older, trust me. But besides me getting older every time I mention the show for as seen on TV, I think it's time for me to mention some video game hits and some video game clips from the beautiful world of Indie Cade to end this year on a right note for another edition of the Indie Cade Triple S Deluxe. And we kick things off this week with the art wall. And the art wall picture we have up comes from the creator Vaki Rovakic, and hopefully we said that name right, with their said game, Organism. And the picture they were able to provide for this week shows a picture of an organism, of course said the maestro, as it makes its way through a wall onto the other side guided by an arrow. And throughout the wall you would see a couple of bricks that are loose on the side falling down to the ground below, which seems to be some form of bottomless pit. And this picture automatically reminds me of a creature that I have a feeling you may have to jump on the top of the head of in a game of Super Mario Sunshine, or possibly a part of Super Mario 64. And I think this is something from TikTok Clock, if it was a clock-looking thing. But no, according to the maestro, it reminds him of Wiggler from that tiny, huge island. You know what? I see it too. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that you can actually evolve this organism to fight certain bacteria that may try to invade the body. And Maestro said, what makes you think this is inside a human body? Well, if it's inside an alien body, let's hope it evolves to the point that it can help the alien out. You know, I don't discriminate. Anyway, besides that, folks, we now head on over to the sound wall. And the sound we have up for this week comes from none other than Vicky Vasquilla with their said sound of Finding Thy Creator main theme from the video game Goo Saga from the developers Toka Loka. Nice developer name, by the way. And when I close my eyes while listening into this song, it automatically reminds me of me having my own detective agency trying to solve a cold case that's been cold for well over 30 years, with the only clues I have is a shoe, a magnifying glass, and apparently a piece of hair off the top of somebody's head who was blonde. And according to the maestro, he says it was Chuck Mangione who did it, and no! Wrong shoe size. I told you that every single day for the past 30 years. It's not him. And apparently, the cops would come in and tell us that it was Fred Jones. How? I could see him turning to a life of crime if Mystery Inc. went out of business, but that's besides the point, folks, because now it's time for us to go into the games that was featured at the Gem in the Curve Festival for this year. And we've got 6 hot on the plate for you. But before we go there, it was really Fred Jones? Wow. And I never thought I would see him turn to a life of crime. But back to these games, folks, because the first game we have up is Pathogenic City by Game Portal. The next game we have up is The Mayor of Monsterville by Codexier. Nice name for the game, by the way. Mask Kid by Gildor. Or Guider. Next game we have up is No Grav 19 by Creational Labs. Macrophage from Vasto, or Vato, or Vatbo. You know what, we'll go with the third one. And the last but not least game we're able to mention for this year, folks, comes from none other than HXR 6344 with their game of Flickr, which involves candles, not the actual website, just in case you're wondering out there. And speaking of websites, folks, if you guys want to go ahead and check out any of these games that we mentioned from this year, plus other games that was featured part of the Art Wall, Sound Wall, Screenshot Saturday Showcase, we even have your games featured on there as well. You can head on over to their IndieCade.tumblr page, only known as IndieCade.tumblr.com, or head on over to their Facebook page known as Indie Cade, or even their Twitter, Flickr, Instagram, or YouTube, as well as their Twitch page and website that are all named the same but are just as critically acclaimed, only known as, you guessed it folks, Indie Cade. And I guess with that said, we might as well head back to that music and continue to listen to these diamonds in the rough as we try to turn your Tuesday night into a Friday night, only here, right here, on the Tuesday Night Special. So don't go watching those infomercials just yet, folks, and stay tuned.